What if I told you you could get the same look as your favorite luxury store entirely from IKEA? I know you probably wouldn't believe me, but I am so excited to prove you wrong, because in today's video we're chatting about 9 IKEA hacks that look super sophisticated and you can achieve them easily and affordably. I'm so excited for today's video, so let's get into it. The first IKEA hack that you need to know about are the bookcases that you see behind me. So I've gotten a lot of questions about them, and yes, they are IKEA hacks. And the way that we hacked this, it was actually inspired by this fantastic person called My Custom Space. And I will put all the information about all the creators today down in the description box. But what My Custom Space did is she took 2 IKEA Billy bookcases and she stacked them upon one another. Now that's not exactly what I did, so we're just going to talk through what I did. So I wanted something that was made out of real wood because I feel like that can really, hurt IKEA products. And so this was more expensive because I got the Hofstas. What I did is I got a 52-inch Hofsta, so I got the closed Hofsta cabinet with the baseboard lift, and then I got an open Hofsta cabinet with glass doors, and I got that in 48 inches, and I didn't get the associated baseboard with it. Then I stacked them on top of one another. And I know we're all like right now, that's dangerous, that's dangerous, that's dangerous. That is correct. So to adhere them to one another, you can use liquid nails. And then what we also did is we actually took the hardware that is used to mount them to the wall and actually mounted them to one another. To make this even more safe, you can not only mount them to one another, but you can also mount them to your wall. Since I am so chronically indecisive, we didn't mount them to the wall because they're moving already. That's how you would make them super stable. To make them look even more sophisticated, I changed the hardware. So instead of the basic black IKEA hardware, I put on some gold knurled knobs, but you can put on any hardware that you like, and you can actually add pulls if you'd like to. You will just have to add another hole, which is super cumbersome. I wasn't in the mood to do it, but I actually love the way this DIY turned out. The way that I elevated it even more is I actually put LED lights on the inside so that at nighttime, the bookcases themselves would be illuminated so that you could see the things inside, because it's really easy to see the vases and the books on display during the daytime, but at nighttime it's a little bit difficult. So I added those spotlights that I got from actually Lowe's, but you can also get them from IKEA. My IKEA was just sold out, which they're sold out of a lot of things right now, but I really think it really elevated the space. And I did this because in total they come to about 106 inches. 106 inches, that is massive. And when I was looking on luxury websites, Restoration Hardware, the pricing for cabinets, not even the size, was between $3,000 and $6,000, and I don't like anything $3,000 to $6,000 worth at all besides artwork. Such a super and easy DIY, great way to add cabinetry. If you want to hide the seams, just add some wood glue to close up the seams, or add some type of decorative molding. You could really elevate it that way as well. And when you go with the Hofstas, they are made out of actual wood, so you can restain them to be any color that you want. I think in hindsight, I'd probably go with 2 closed cabinets as opposed to a closed and an open, but I still really love how this hack turned out, and it's something I definitely want you to check out. The next IKEA hack is also one that I've done as well, but it has to do with the mom dresser. So if you're not familiar with the mom dresser, it's like IKEA's signature dresser. It's fairly affordable. I believe it's $179, or it was when I purchased it, and it is a 6-drawer dresser, and it can fit anything. I've had clothes in these dressers. I've had 100 vases in these dressers. Like, Kiva, why do you have 100 vases? What is wrong with you? Okay, that's for a different video. But they are super high quality and they're super affordable. So people love the IKEA mom dressers. Now, the dressers though, they look like moms. They look pretty basic, right? So you're like, how do I upcycle them? Now, there are a lot of ways to upcycle them. You can paint them, you can sand them down. I'm gonna be honest, I'm way too lazy. I'm way too lazy because it is just something that holds my clothes, and I don't care that much. So I wanted to find a hack that was super simple. So what I did to elevate this is I actually got some contact paper from the internet, and I added it right above the drawers so that it looks like there was metal hardware above those drawers. That's how you get the same look that you see at some of those luxury stores. Not going to name any names, but some of those luxury stores, they have the metal detailing and then just a really basic dresser. So I was able to do that with a mom. Now I did it with a white mom with gold contact paper or gold peel and stick wallpaper. Now I'd probably do it with the brown with some peel and stick wallpaper that has some texture to it, maybe concrete or like a hammered nickel or something like that. That's what I would do instead to get a better rustic look. And you don't even have to be perfect with the cutting, right? Because you just have to make it sit, and you don't want it to be too long because you don't want your clothes to hit it when you're pulling out those drawers. But this is such a super easy hack. And then the next way to take it to the next level would be to add some hardware. And adding hardware to the Moms is a lot easier than adding hardware to other IKEA furniture because they don't have pre-drilled holes. And a lot of time with the pre-drilled holes, you either have to fill them and then create new holes, or you have to find hardware that works with those holes, which it really can be a nightmare. So with this, you can just put those holes wherever you want to put them. You can put super long hardware on there. Something I like to do is I actually like to use refrigerator hardware on dressers and stuff like that to get that really nice and long look, because obviously you have really long handles on your refrigerators, and it's such an easy hack, and it comes to be around like $200 with the dresser and the hardware and the wallpaper all in. So it's a really, really great hack that's really going to transform your space. The next IKEA hack, it blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, how did he do this? So of course we're going to talk about Lone Fox. If you don't know who Lone Fox is, I will say that Lone Fox has inspired like every DIYer that I've ever met, and I love that for him. Lone Fox is incredible because he can make something out of nothing, and he has a beautiful, wonderful, incredible knack for that. And I'm not saying that, I'm not just saying it, we've never spoken ever in life. I just think he's really fantastic. So he did this hack actually in conjunction with Architectural Digest, which, oh my gosh, congratulations. So basically, to create this phenomenal looking Billy bookcase, Drew actually cut out some mini half circles just using a saw and some wood, and he used a pencil to draw that semicircle shape. He cut those out, he attached them to his Billy bookcases, and then he just used some pole wrap, which is basically a slatted wooden material. He used that and wrapped it around the sides and the back of the Billy to get a really, really nice slatted wood look. From my understanding, you can actually stain that pole wrap. So you can stain the pole wrap whatever color you want it to be, or paint it, and you can sand down the Billy and do that as well. So you can make it look however it is you want to make it look, pretty much. So I think it looks super sophisticated, and it really elevates the Billy bookcase. It looks like something you'd see maybe in Anthropologie, Urban Outfitters, even a Crate and Barrel maybe, and he was able to do it super affordably. I just looked at the price of the pole wrap, and it's like $69 at Home Depot for a certain amount, and I feel like you don't need too much of it, so it still does become a lot cheaper than maybe a $1,500 or $2,000 cabinet elsewhere. And then he just styled it beautifully. Of course, there's nothing that Drew can do wrong, but this was a really fantastic IKEA DIY that I think would elevate any space. The next IKEA hack you need to know about is by Kristen McGowan. If you don't know who Kristen McGowan is, what are you doing here on YouTube? She does a fantastic content on DIY, shopping, all of that good stuff. But she did an IKEA Kallax hack. If you don't know what the IKEA Kallax is, it's basically the cubby situation from IKEA. We all have the cubbies, whether we have kids or pets or we're just alive, right? Because the Kallax is super useful. It's great for storing shoes, storing office supplies, storing just about everything in the world. But sometimes the Kallax can look pretty boring. I think sometimes it tends to look a little bit more like something that goes in a kid's room, but sometimes we need all that storage in other spaces. How do we make it look better? Well, let's walk through Kristen McGowan's DIY. So to do this project, basically she took the Kallax and she added those cubby drawers that you can get from IKEA. So basically you can get doors to put in your Kallax to elevate it a little bit. Amazing. You can stop right there. You could probably buy custom doors if you wanted to, just to make it look a little bit more sophisticated. But what she has done is she's actually put all the doors on and turned 2 doors into one and connected them so that they feel like a uniform piece, so that it looks like a 4-doored cabinet instead of an 8-doored cabinet, right? It's just a little bit less busy, therefore it looks a lot more sophisticated. So the next IKEA hack has to do with that large frame. I'm not even going to say the name because I know I'm going to butcher the name, so I'll put the name here up on the screen, but we're talking about this frame. So as you know, IKEA sells a lot of art, and that's fine, but we don't always love that art. We don't always love the art, not because it doesn't look good, but because everybody else in the world has it. So there are 2 hacks you can actually do with this. You can get that super mega frame that is massive. Buying a frame like that from a framer that size, it's going to cost you at least $800. I know because I've done it. Moment of silence. Yeah, no, it's awful. It's really expensive. Now, if you don't love the art, hack 1 is to just paint over that art. You can paint whatever you want, make it look really nice, and then stretch it in that frame from IKEA. Now, if you don't want to do that, use that frame to your advantage. So something I love to do is I love to buy art that's already rolled up. So what I love to do is just ask an artist to actually leave the art with a lot of canvas around the periphery, and I'll just pay extra money for that. Then you can actually take that canvas and stretch it in that frame from IKEA, so you get a really nice metal frame in either black, white, or silver, and you get it really, really affordably. And you can either stretch it so that you can't see any of the fringe and it's kind of in the back, or you can stretch it so that it does have a frame. So it'll either look like a stretched canvas or it will look like a canvas in a frame. No matter what, it looks super high end, and it's a way that you can do it easily yourself without having to pay that premium for framing, because framing is very, very expensive. This is something that I have done for years and I will continue to do because it is a great way to spend money, and it's a great way to offset costs. If you're investing in original art but you don't have the money to pay for the framing, it's a great introductory step. Now, this next IKEA hack went viral a few years ago, and I remember doing this before it went viral because Babe and I just moved. Anyway, you don't need my entire life story. I need to stop at that. But this is an industrial mirror hack. So what you do is you get all of those packs of mirrors from IKEA. So they have small mirror packs and big mirror packs. This is a pack of 4 mirrors, I think for $8. I've not looked that up, so if that's right, that goes to show that I spend way too much time in IKEA. But what you do with these mirrors is you get as many as you want for as large as you want your mirror to be, and you glue them with liquid nails onto a large piece of plywood. Then you get pieces of scrap wood and you stain it whatever color you want to frame out the mirrors and create some slats in between the window panes so that it does kind of look like a window pane mirror. A lot of the time people paint it black to get that really nice and industrial look, but that's a really, really easy way to get a large oversized floor mirror without having to break the bank, because we've all seen the floor mirrors. They're $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, your entire life savings, the cost of a house mortgage, the cost to buy the White House. You know, it's too much money. We don't want to spend that, so this hack is really, really easy. But this hack looks so great, especially if you're in a place where you need a big mirror but you can't find the perfect one. I love this hack. Finding a desk can be so expensive and it can be so difficult, and of course with the lead times now, they're like 52 weeks until you can get your new desk, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll even have the same job in 52 weeks, right? I don't need that negativity, right? So I love this Alex desk hack from IKEA. So I've seen this all over the internet, and it's something that I've recommended clients time and time and time again. So basically the way this hack works is you get the Alex desk pieces from IKEA, as many as you need. So if you need something with cubbies, if you need something just with legs, whatever you need, buy it from IKEA. And then instead of using the traditional desk tabletop, you can actually get countertops from IKEA. So they have laminate countertops. They even have some real granite countertops, and you can get any countertop you want, have them cut it to the size that you need, and you can actually do a double desk, or you can make a really big executive desk using these materials from IKEA. I'll put some pictures up of different ways I've seen this hack done, but I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, this is something I always recommend for my clients who have 2 desks in a room. So maybe them and their partner, they share an office. This creates a really nice and long desk where each person can have their individual space. There's lots of hidden storage down below, but you can get a really nice and sophisticated countertop with a more basic base. And if you don't have enough storage with those Alex pieces, you can also do this using mom dressers or any dressers. You can put dressers in the middle to create those anchor pieces for either side of your countertop, and then they provide even more storage that way. Now, this next IKEA hack is a chair, and this is also Lone Fox. Again, Lone Fox is just killing it, and we have to share the wonderful things that he's done. So this is a Sherpa chair hack. Now, I've done a Sherpa chair from IKEA, but I didn't use this one, and I love it. So what he did is he got a barrel back chair from IKEA, took the slip cover off, and then he was able to turn this chair into a boucle Sherpa style chair. So let's talk about how he did it. So we already have the barrel back shape, and then to create the fluted, really textured look, he actually just used pool noodles. So pool noodles are amazing. You can get them just about anywhere. If it's not the summertime, you can get them on Amazon. I know, because I've looked all over for them in the middle of winter, and the people at Dollar Tree are like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything but trying to make a chair or a sofa or anything like that. But what you can do is you can kind of get those pool noodles to create that texture around the chair, and then you just cover it with some sort of fabric. So Drew used boucle fabric, but you can use any fabric you want. What I would actually love to see someone do is do this with the sofa, kind of the back and sides of a sofa. So what you could do is take your old sofa that you were thinking about getting rid of and just give it a facelift, right? So add the pool noodles around the side, reupholster it, and really bring it back to life. This is a great way to get something that works with your style without having, again, to break the bank, because you already have the main pieces. You just need to zhuzh it up a little bit with some pool noodles, some staples, and some really great fabric that you can get from Joann, Michaels, Amazon, any place like that. The last IKEA hack that you need to know about is one of my favorites, and I don't think it's something that's going to resonate with everyone, but I would love to see someone do it. So if you have a kid, you probably know this hack, but what they do is they take that roll of paper that you can use for your kids to draw on, and they put it on the wall. So basically what you do is you get 2 curtain rod hooks, and then you get a curtain rod, and you use that to put that roll of paper on so that it can spin around and pull down for your kids to draw on or anything like that. And it looks fantastic. Now, that's not the hack I'm telling you to do unless you have kids, in which case definitely do it. But what I would love to see is, we kind of spoke earlier about having our canvases rolled up, right? If you are an artist or you're DIYing art and you kind of want a more rustic look, what I might do is make a piece of art and have it stay on that roll instead of cutting it off the canvas. Then you can kind of pull it down and show different pieces of art depending upon your mood. This would be a really great way to adorn really, really tall walls. So a lot of the time people have like 12-foot ceilings, 16-foot ceilings, and they can't find art that is the right size. But that would be a really, really fun way to display art super affordably. Again, never seen it done before, but it really came to me last night. It spoke to me, and I think it could really, really look fantastic. Okay, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those were 9 IKEA hacks that look super luxurious and are super affordable to create. All of these IKEA hacks, sure, they require a little bit of effort, but you're going to save so much money in the long run, and you're going to get a custom piece for your home, and there's nothing better than that. What was your favorite IKEA hack from today's video? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. I'm going to tag all of the phenomenal creators I mentioned today down in the description box, and let me know, what was your favorite IKEA hack? If you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And until next time, have a beautiful day.